Gopala Astrology channel, where the science meets astrology for common man's understanding. Subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for continued astrological updates. Hello, welcome to Gopala Astrology channel. Today it's going to be another important and interesting video about Vedic astrology. We have Saturn that is temporarily shifting from the zodiac sign of Capricorn, and it is entering the Aquarius zodiac sign on the 28th of April. And this is going to be very less span of time because it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn on the 12th of July. So in such a short span of time, what are the things that is going to experienced by the people around the world and for different zodiac signs? I'm going to touch upon one by one. Please stick out to this video until the end, and I'm making the timestamps for each of these moon sign as well as Lagna, and you can go back to your the moon sign or a Lagna and then retrieve your information. All right, so let's go to the actual video. So today's topic, as I mentioned to you guys, is that it is temporary shift of Saturn from the Makara Rashi or the Capricorn into the Aquarius. So what is happening there? Right on the 28th April, we will see this shifting of Saturn, and then later on it is going to come back. So in this temporary shift, what may happen to each of the zodiac signs? Everybody is curious about it, but what I'm trying to put here is that the other three planetary combinations also has to be seen, which has already changed, especially Jupiter moving towards Pisces and Rahu Ketu, it is moving towards the Aries and then Libra. So together as a net effect has to be analyzed for every zodiac sign. All right. So both from ascendant and moon sign. And then there is a speciality about Saturn's movement. We always need to study Saturn's movement, especially because it is 2.5 years. It's called Daya of Saturn. It takes 2.5 years for every zodiac sign, and its impact on mind and moon also plays a very, very vital role in addition to the Lagna. I'm going to tell about those things shortly. Okay, so please understand the exact dates are like this. 28th April, we will see the Saturn moving towards Aquarius, and he's going to stay there temporarily for a while. Then he stops and comes back on the 12th of July into the zodiac sign of Capricorn. So this is the moment that we are discussing today. Okay, so there is, and then finally on the 16th of January next year, 2023, we will see that the Saturn goes off into the Aquarius, and then he will not come back. Okay, so that's a different story. So now today's topic is really this temporary shift, what is happening, and what are the effects that we can see. So before that, please understand, I have made several videos in the past about retrograde motion of the planets. In reality, the planets do not retrograde. Okay, so the planets are going in the same direction as normal, but as you perceive from planet Earth, when you are sitting in Earth and you are observing, sometimes the speed of Earth goes a little faster compared to that planet, and then we see that apparent motion. Let's understand this slide here. So you can see the blue ball is Earth and the red ball is Mars. As you see that the speed of the Earth goes up, and temporarily the Mars is lagging behind for a while, and then you see that Mars is going as a reverse direction compared to the position of Earth, and that's very temporarily. If you really throw some more light on this, please understand here we are on planet Earth. Earth has moved faster now, and then you can see that this planet has gone retrograde when you are observing. That means it has gone reverse and then again comes back. So that short span of time where we are observing from Earth, if it is the example of Mars is equally faster planet, but when you observe the planets like Jupiter and Saturn, which are relatively slow, then we will know that the retrograde moments will last for 3 months. For Saturn, sometimes it may be 4 or 5 months. Okay, so that is what is called Vakri Shani in Sanskrit. All right, so let's try to understand a little bit more about Saturn and what are the best positions for Saturn. See, the moment we say Lord Saturn, everybody gets scared because he's the judgmental planet. So he's the one who is going to weigh the good karmas and bad karmas that we are doing continuously, either in this birth or from the past birth. So he's the judge. He's going to give you the results according to what we have done. So in this case, the Saturn can give really the best results in transits only in three possible positions. Okay, first position is the third house, the second position is the sixth house, and the third position is 11th house. That means 2.5 years in the third house, 2.5 years in the sixth house, and then again 2.5 years in the 11th house. Only these three places we can expect the best results from Saturn. And I would like to add one more point here for the sake of newcomers. Please understand the difference between Saturn and Jupiter. See, Jupiter, as I mentioned in my previous videos, it's like a candle. So wherever Jupiter sits in the horoscope, right? So that particular house will be afflicted, whereas the light that the light that Jupiter spreads, that means the drishti or the aspect of Jupiter is going to be the best. Whereas for Saturn, it is going to be the opposite. So it is going to, wherever it is sitting in the horoscope, I'm talking about the original natal chart, that particular house, he is going to do the abhivriddhi. That means he's going to make it better and better and better over a period of time. Whereas the drishti of Saturn, wherever the Saturn is aspecting you, that is going to be the worst possible thing that can happen, because drishti of Saturn is bad, whereas the drishti of Guru or Jupiter is going to be the best. That's the main difference. So whenever Saturn sits in the 11th house, he gives gains. In the third house, he gives courage. Sixth house, he is going to clear your position in front of your competition. All right. So these are the three best things for Saturn. So let's go into little more details about other points that we need to look into the moon sign and then understand the position of Saturn. I would like to tell you something about what is known as Kantaka Shani. These are the other positions other than the third house, sixth house, and 11th house. So what it does in 1, 4, 7, 10. So in all the Kendra houses, when Saturn transits from the moon sign, especially moon sign, okay, not just Lagna, it is from the moon sign. Give more importance to moon sign. I can say 90% to the moon sign, maybe 10% to Lagna, the weightage. When you talk about that, the Kantaka Shani happens. So 1, 4, 7, 10, Saturn is going to make it like a Kantaka. What is Kantaka Shani? It's like a thorn. You know, you want to go for a jogging in a park, but imagine your shoes has got some kind of a thorn or a stone or some obstacle inside. When you want to run faster, you are being slowed down by that. Okay, that's what Saturn does in the Kendra houses. All right, so your profession or career is going to be hampered definitely, and financial savings and other things can always. Of course, there are so many other yogas that Saturn makes in your original natal chart. I'm not talking about the natal chart. I'm talking about the transit results of Saturn from your moon sign. I'm just taking an example of Aries here, please. It can be any of these zodiac signs. Okay, so I'm just putting Aries as the example here. So whenever Saturn transit in 1, 4, 7, 10, it is known as Kantaka Shani. The other form of Shani is Astama Shani. So if it is there in the 8th house, it is actually as bad as half of the Elrod Shani or the Sadhe Sathi of Saturn. That means that the Saturn is going to be called as Shashtaka Ashtaka position. That means right from the moon sign, it is in the Astama Sthanam or the 8th position, and then from the Saturn itself, the moon is in the 6th position. So this combination will make you run around like anything. He makes you crazy. So Saturn in the 8th house is not going to give you very good results. Okay, it's going to drive you. It's going to make you work very hard and things like that. So we call that as Astama Shani. So other than this, we have what is known as the Dayas of Saturn. So Saturn spends, I told you that Saturn is the slowest of all the planets in the solar system. It takes 30 years to complete one revolution around Earth. And whenever Saturn goes into the 12th position from the moon, the first position from moon, and the second position. These are the three dayas that we need to be very, very cautious. Okay, so apart from whatever I mentioned about Astama Shani, then the Kantaka Shani, the daya of Saturn when it comes to very close to moon, natal moon, is extremely important because he's going to test you out. All right, so that's what it is. And if you really understand what is the first daya of Saturn, Saturn is in the 12th house from the natal moon. Here I'm giving maximum importance to moon because Saturn and moon, they are opposite to each other always. Saturn always attacks the moon as it has the different properties. Okay, so Saturn goes to the 12th house, all your comforts will be lost. You have to pay the hospital bills, and the rich man can become poor, and many things can happen. I'm not scaring you guys, but I'm telling you that 12th house Saturn makes you to lose material things easily. Okay, so there are many things given here, but the fact here is that the beginning of Sadhe Sathi, in Hindi we call it as Sadhe Sathi, it is a 7.5 years period of Saturn. In the 12th house, definitely he makes you to spend a lot of money, and the savings that you would have done when Saturn was in the 11th house will start depleting. Okay, the second one is that is the Janma Shani. The Saturn comes to the first house. I'm talking about the natal moon's position, and this is where he creates difficulties in a lot of hurdles in the health. Okay, and the life and career and family, you are not able to balance. The work-life balance is very, very difficult, and the family, your own family, will misunderstand you, and you have a tendency to move to another place away from your family and comfort zones. Okay, so Saturn is going to put you in out of your comfort zone and make you work hard. That's what we see normally when Janma Shani comes. All right. Next one is the the third day of Saturn. It is going to the second house from your natal moon. And here again, there will be failures and a lot of hard works, bad health again. Second house is the house of finance. Again, you will see a lot of the financial problems coming up and down, and you may have to change jobs and stuffs like that. And yes, the third daya of the Saturn or the second house Saturn will really prevent some gaining in the finance because it's the house of savings and finances. All right, so after these three dayas that you have seen, and then the Kantaka Shani and all that, now you have a bigger picture of analyzing how to see the Saturn's transits. Okay, even though if it is a temporary shift like what I'm talking today's video, it still plays a very significant role in terms of affecting the people's lives, day-to-day lives. All right, so the 3 months. Let's now start with Aries, and now I will come back to the Aries ascendant as well as moon sign, and our logic applies all the same. And we need to look into the position for the moon, for the mental and the way the thought processes that is going to happen for Aries Lagna, Aries moon sign, and then the Lagna is physically what is happening to you. So let's see what Saturn does. Saturn is going to one of the best positions for Aries ascendant people. Okay, so Saturn in the 11th house will solve many of the financial problems because it's one of the best positions which I mentioned in the earlier on. So 11th house Saturn also fulfills your desires that you have been thinking for a long time. That means last 28 to 30 years you have been wishing a lot of things, and those are accumulated together. And in these 2.5 years, of course, the full transit has not happened. It's just 3 months. You will see the glimpse of it. You will see that your aspirations and things are going to manifest. You will get some kind of a confidence now in the next 3 months. Okay, so you will not worry about any criticisms. You are going to work. You're a dashing personality by right, and you will see that your financial position goes up very well. Even you can get hike in the salaries, and your bank balance will improve a lot. Okay, only thing is make sure after the 10th house retrieving back of Saturn to Capricorn, there may be some changes in your job. You will get additional responsibilities and sudden transfer back, and that 6 months I'm going to make a separate video later on. You may get into some trap because some illegal activities may be going around you and things like that in the workplace. So for that, we will make a separate video. But as far as this short span of time, like 2.5 months, with Saturn in your 11th house, it's a big thumbs up for Aries ascendant people. All right. So let's go to the next one, the Taurus ascendant people. So what is happening to them when Saturn goes to their 10th house? So Saturn was all the time in the Bhagyasthanam, in the 9th house. It was slowing down their luck. But when it comes to the 10th house, suddenly it boosts. So the gain of 9th house is the 10th house, right? So all your hard work that you have been putting on, it's really going to be manifested in your workplace, and sometimes you may have to face some critical issues of health issues, and then it is also going to get you some legal problems. I will tell you why. Because sitting in the 10th house, Saturn aspects your 12th house of losses, right? So this Saturn is also originally your 9th lord. So 9th lord, when it is aspecting the 12th house, it is going to get into some legal issues which you can solve it, and you will also have plans to travel to foreign lands. Okay, the foreign visas are going to get approved. Just think about it. 12th house is distant journey travel. So finally, it is going to happen when January 2023 comes. But now you will see the glimpse of it. If at all you are a Taurus ascendant person looking for migrating to foreign lands, your planning phase will start now. All right, so that's what it is. And then sitting in the 10th house, he aspects the 4th house. You will start thinking of buying some properties, because Bhagyadipati looks into the 4th house of assets and stuffs like that. But please slow down. Do not make any immediate purchases, as this is a temporary shift. It is going to come back to the 9th house. All right. So health wise, it's not that bad. I'm not saying that it's not bad, not good. It is medium. Okay. Job natives, you will feel some insecurity in the position, because 10th house is the karma sthanam anyway. And sitting in the 10th house, Saturn also aspects your 7th house. So some kind of frictions with the spouse and partners is possible if you are doing businesses. So there will be some kind of a problem. I told you that Saturn's drishti is going to be critical when compared to the placement. Okay, so always look into the drishti positions and then make proper decisions if at all you are investing anything in the business. Okay, now let us study the position of Saturn for Gemini ascendant or Gemini Lagna people. So Saturn is the lord of 8th house. He was all the time in the 8th house. Right now he's going to shift temporarily to the 9th house of Bhagyasthanam. So this is a good thing for Gemini ascendant people. At least there will be inclination towards higher study or higher learning. The reason is because Saturn is entering its Mula Trikona position. So any planet which goes to the Mula Trikona position is going to have a tendency to give the best result of that particular house. So Saturn's Mula Trikona position is Aquarius, and that's how you will see that the best results can be expected for Gemini ascendant people in terms of higher learning, and even you may even plan to go to a distant country to start working. Okay, as if you continue to stay in the same place where you are, there will be a lot of stress in relationships, and dissatisfaction and ego clashes is very likely to happen. So you need to be very calm and understand that you are having your 8th lord in the 9th house temporarily, and you better think of improving your career and earnings now. Okay, so 9th house is bhagyam, so it's going to give you luck in terms of gaining of money and things like that, and you need to be very focused. All right, so sitting in the 9th house, Saturn looks into your 11th house of incoming gains. So there is a high chance that you will get a glimpse of an idea that if you do certain businesses, you are going to make money and things like that. So you will start. This is a very good planning phase, I say, for Gemini ascendant people. And sitting in the 9th house, Saturn looks into the 3rd house of courage. Okay, so this is also a very good notion, and your communication skills has to be extremely good, because the 3rd house represents your courage and communication. Okay, and sitting in the Okay, sitting in this ninth house, he aspects your sixth house. Actually, this numbering is wrong. It is supposed to be sixth house. So, sixth house aspect of Saturn is good because he's going to he's going to reduce your loans and debts. Okay, and then also good for your computation. So, but overall, about the health situation, you need to be extremely careful about your bones and joints. You are likely to have some bone injuries and pains in the joints, and also you will see the toothache and brittleness of your nails going to increase. The reason is the Saturn rules those things in the body which will grow, and you need to cut it off. Something like hair, okay, the nails and all these things. Okay, so overall, wait for your right time to come. This is still Astama Shani effect for you. All that you need to do is go and light up the gingerly oil lamp in Lord Saturn's temple, in any Navagraha temple around your place. Okay, that's the best remedy. Prayer on Saturday is the relief for you. All right. So let's go to the next one. So Cancer Ascendant, Karkataka Rashi. So what is going to happen and what is in store for them? So for Karkataka Rashi people, Saturn rules the seventh house of partnership. Okay. So this Lord goes to the eighth house. So they will have a glimpse of Astama Shani. So there will be some kind of a problems and misunderstandings with the partner, and there will be some kind of a health issue because eighth house represents health. Okay, at the same time, Saturn looks into the 10th house of profession. So he is going to give you some additional job to do, more responsibility in your workplace, and your workload is going to increase. Okay, so he's going to make you work, and there can be some ego clashes and things like that can happen in your workplace. You need to calm down. And 10th house is about workplace, and you may have a if you have ego clashes with your bosses, there may be a change of job for you. So kindly just calm down and accept the reality, whatever comes to you. So that's the point here. Sitting in the eighth house, Saturn looks into your second house of savings. So Shani Drishti on savings is going to make you spend a lot of money and drain out, and there could be some misunderstandings again with the partners because of you spending money on unnecessary things. All right. So Saturn sitting in the eighth house will look into your fifth house of children, your creativity, and things like that, love and romance. So do not jump into love and romance and try to convert that into marriage for Karkataka Rashi or the Cancer Ascendant people, as because this is a very temporary period, and then you will have misunderstandings. You may not end up in getting the right partner. Okay, but one thing we can observe here is those people who are born in Cancer Ascendant and who are professionals like lawyers and doctors, they are going to do very well. Okay, so the eighth house, many litigations and other things and problems when we face, we will have to either go to the lawyer or a doctor. So their businesses are going to definitely increase in a much higher level. Okay, so the best remedy for Cancer Ascendant people is donate black clothings and slippers to the needy people who are poor. Okay, and that can and take the blessings of older people. Older people older people represent Saturn in reality. So once you satisfy them by giving them with some food or by the clothings or whatever is their day-to-day need, you will take the blessings of Saturn automatically. Okay, so the next zodiac sign is Simha Lagnam or Leo Ascendant. So for Leo Ascendant guys, the current transit of Saturn in the sixth house is really good, was really good. And once it comes to April the 28th, Saturn will enter the seventh house of its Mula Trikona again. So since it is a Mula Trikona Rashi, so what can happen is you will develop some new partners. Okay, and you will see that if you are a businessman, you will achieve new projects into your business, and you are going to grow well with the partners. So Saturn is always good in the seventh house in a way. It's good. It's exalted in the seventh house of Libra. If you know the original Kala Purusha Kundali, Saturn gets exalted in Libra. Saturn is very good in maintaining good relation with the partners and stuffs like that. So for you, it is coming to the seventh house. It aspects your luck house, ninth house of Bhagyasthanam. So it is also getting you some new contracts and things like that. If you are a law student and you are studying law, for example, so you may get in more business in your field. So you may get more court cases, and you may even think of making more money in that lines. Okay, so that's the thing. So employed natives will have to work very hard, and then Saturn aspects your Lagna. So this will affect your health to some extent. It gives you more worries and anxiety moments. Okay, that's the thing. And then yeah, the employed one needs to brush up the skills. You cannot be dull. You have to start learning new things. The Saturn makes you to get into new knowledge based work atmosphere, and you have to upgrade your skills. If not, you cannot thrive longer in your current position. Okay, Saturn also sees your real estate and comfortable house, and please do not buy any property or any vehicles for this short span of time. Just plan, be in a planning phase, and when the right time comes, you can always go for purchasing. So just delay the property purchase as of now, because it's a very short span of time. Saturn is going to come back to the sixth house. All right. So the best remedy that is suggested here is donate black sesame seeds to the temples, and also you can always go and light the gingery oil lamp. Okay. So let's go to the next one. The best position for Saturn, as I mentioned to you, is sixth house, right? So this is one of the best positions to see. So the Virgo ascendant people will have a glimpse. I can see a lot of green points here. So if you are a student, you are studying law and accounts and administrative services, you are going to have a very good competitive examination success. And if you are looking for a break in your job, you are going to get a different type of a job, and you will see that you will be placed very well, and you'll be financially sound in the new job. Okay. Approving is definitely going to happen when you want to switch jobs. From my side, it's very clear. So you will get into new placements in a favorable place also. And then please understand, eventually this temporary shift will make the Saturn to come back to your fifth house, and you are extremely be careful about your children's health after that until the January 2023. All right. So monetary gain wise, definitely you will do well in your competition. You will do well. Your boss will recognize your talent, and you will do very well in terms of day-to-day routine jobs. All right. So I don't see any problems for you. It's a big thumbs up for Virgo ascendant people or Kanya Rashi people for this temporary shift of Saturn. Okay, let's get into next one. This is Thula Lagnam or Libra Ascendant. For Libra Ascendant, the Saturn is the ruler of the fourth and fifth house. So it is getting it into its Mula Trikona Rashi. In my opinion, those who are planning to go out from the native place, because fourth house is native place, it's going to be the gain of the fourth house, and you plan to go overseas and you've been trying for your visas, you will get success in it. Even if you plan to sell your house, so you will get good customers now, and you will sell your property for a better deal. So this is the right time to sell and then make a deal out of it. So if you are in the process of doing it, okay, so you will definitely have a chance to go out of your mother country. Okay, there could be some sickness or illness for your mother, you need to watch out for that, but at the same time you will get gains if you go to the foreign country now. If you have been trying for a long time, you want to move out of the motherland. Saturn is the separative tendency planet, definitely is your fourth lord, going into the fifth house. All right, so overall it's a very good transit for Libra ascendant people. You need to watch out, because Saturn is going to come back after July again. Okay, but you will see the glimpse of it, and you will see that your preparation for the next real transit of Saturn is going to give you a good success. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The next one is actually the Vrishchika Lagnam or the Scorpio Ascendant people. Scorpio Ascendant had a very good transit of Saturn. It is in the third house. They had finished their Sadhe Sathi, and last 2 years they are very independent now. They are making independent decisions. They have got financial gains and stuffs like that. But now the Saturn is going to enter into the fourth house, the quadrant house, right? Kendra Sthana. I told you what is Kendra Sthana, position of Saturn's entry. It is Kantaka Shani. So fourth house Saturn will give you more excitements and obstacles in your if you are an academic student, you want to pursue your exams, there will be some obstacles. All right, so there will be some stagnancy if you are a businessman. All right, so Saturn is going to sit back, uh, and you don't have to worry about this 2.5 months, because Saturn is again coming back for next 6 months from July to January, and you will still enjoy back your third house Saturn. But this short span of time, be very cautious and be very careful about your words when you talk to your colleagues in your office, right? So that's what it is. And looking into the aspect, Saturn looks into your sixth house. It's going to cut down your loans, and you are able to repay back your loans. Sitting in the fourth house aspects the 10th house of work again. Will be a lot of changes and additional responsibilities in the workplace. May even get promotions with the fourth house aspect. I mean, with Saturn sitting the fourth house aspecting the 10th house, and then it aspects the Lagna itself, again the health. So you have to watch out your diet plans and things like that. So make sure that you do not be very careless about what food that you take. You have to be very cautious. All right. So overall social status definitely will improve. You will gain financially in this transit. Next one is Sagittarius or Dhanus Lagnam. Okay, for people who are born in Sagittarius, you are going through the last part of Sadhe Sathi. So now you are desperately waiting for Saturn to go to the third house. You will see a short trailer movie of that happiness. And as I told you, Saturn's position in the third house in the transit is a big thumbs up. So the Sagittarius people will see a big relief. Okay, this will be a favorable for people who are planning to conceive also. Why? Because Saturn in the Mula Trikona Rashi sitting there in the Aquarius will aspect your fifth house of children. Many people would have been planning for conceiving a baby for a long time, and this Saturn can also give the benefit for that. Okay, so it may gain sudden wealth and financial benefits. So your boss is going to appreciate your hard work, and you may get a pay rise during this period of time. Okay, sometimes you may plan, you may think of even selling your properties. Do not do that at this moment. Wait for the right timing. Okay, so overall thing is that you will have a lot of surplus amount of money that is going to come to you, and then you are still not out of Sadhe Sathi fully. And please wait for January 2023 to make more additional moves in your career, as well as in your property selling and things like that. All right, so overall it's a good thumbs up for Dhanus Lagnam people. And again, please do not stop your Saturday prayers. If at all you have been continuously doing it, I would strongly recommend you guys to go ahead and do these Saturday prayers without fail. Okay, and then let's go to the Capricorn. This is where all the magic is happening. The Panchagraha Yoga is happening in Capricorn or Makara Rashi. The Saturn is going to leave that Panchagraha Yoga, and then he's going to move to the second house. So Saturn moving to the second house, this time period will be beneficial for businessmen, especially who are into family type of business. Suppose you are a son and your father has got a business and you are supporting your father, that type of a situation will be very good. Okay, Saturn himself is the ruler of first and second houses. So family business, you are going to expand and support your father. Okay, you will make good profits again. Now, why I am saying so many good things about it is because, again, Mula Trikona position of Saturn. Aquarius is really a good position. It's going to mitigate many risks once January 2023 comes for Capricorn as well. Because even though it is the Sadhe Sathi period which is going on, you are in the middle of that. You have to expect something good when Saturn goes to the last phase of Sadhe Sathi. Okay, in terms of savings and unnecessary expenses, yes, it is very much possible. Sitting in the seventh house, he aspects the 11th. Incoming gains will be there, but still you will spend off a lot of money. And then he also aspects the eighth house. Unexpected medical bills, hospital bills can come. And then you have a tendency to look for property purchase and stuffs like that, because it is also aspecting you got some money now and you think of buying a land and property. So just wait for the right time to come. 2023 January is good, but now you can start planning, right? Don't jump into the conclusion and start buying immediately. Okay, that's what is the advice, because Saturn, whatever it gives the result, it's going to be slow and steady. All right. So continue your prayers. Do not stop lighting the gingerly oil lamp in Saturn temple, in any Navagraha temple that is near to your place. Please do that. All right. And then now coming to the Aquarius or Kumbha Lagnam. So for Kumbha Lagnam people, it is coming to Janma Shani for a short period of 2.5 months. And for you, this will be a favorable period for married natives. Understanding with the spouse is going to improve, because for your Lagna itself, this Mula Trikona position of Saturn is going to manifest, and he's going to throw an effect on third house. He's going to make you brave and courageous and improve your communication with your spouse. Okay, you may feel a little bit lazy and lethargic because Saturn is a very slow moving planet, and it takes some time. You have to pull up your socks and you have to work hard. That's what it is. Your tendency will be to become a bit more lethargic. Okay, so you will get the fruits of your past endeavors this time. So you work very hard. You have been working very hard. You are tested by Saturn. Okay, so you're going to see the benefit of it when it enters Aquarius. All right, this is a good favorable period for working. When you are working in an MNC companies, you will get the global network connection faster, because it's throwing an effect on 10th house. Always Saturn looks into the 10th house from wherever it is sitting. So you will get much better contact and a lot of progresses. You will get a very good representation, reputation in the workplace that you are doing, especially when it is a foreign MNC company. All right, multinational companies. So that is it. And then you may have some critical issues on domestic fronts in maintaining relationships, because seventh house is having a drishti of Saturn. So Saturn aspects your seventh house of relationships. So very likely that there will be some kind of a misunderstanding also can happen. Okay, and remember, if you are eligible for marriage, try to go for it, because the marriage prosperity is going to happen also for you, as Jupiter. Remember, Jupiter comes to the Pisces, so you are going to have that Guru Balam. So that glimpse is always there. After April, you are going to have Guru Balam. So people with Aquarius Ascendant or the Aquarius moon sign are very likely to get married in the year 2022, either in the second quarter, third quarter, or the fourth quarter. So any of these quarters, it is very, very relevant to get married, as Jupiter is extremely good for you guys. Okay, and even Saturn's drishti will come on the seventh house, and this drishti is Saturn being sitting in the Mula Trikona Rashi is going to give you a very good aspect on the marriage. Okay, and please make sure you do your health checkups regularly and take action and take medications as and when required. And I think this should be not a bad transit at all for Aquarius or Kumbha Lagna people. Okay, so let's go to the last zodiac sign, which is Pisces or Meena Rashi or Meena Lagnam. So what is going to happen to them, guys? So you had 11th house Saturn for last almost 2 years. So now Saturn is coming to your 12th house of Vyayasthanam. So he's going to be in the Aquarius, and you may get into some financial troubles as it aspects the second house. And Saturn's drishti on sixth house can even, this is another good point here, it also curbs your loans and other things. So it will even clear off your loans. That is one good point. And then it aspects your luck. So your luck will come to you, but it comes to you very slowly. So make sure that you keep distance from any bad companies and things like that, because you will you will get a tendency of mixing up with a different type of group of people and try to involve with them unnecessarily. So, all right, so that's the point here. There will be a lot of benefits for the competitive students who are writing the exams. Sixth house is being looked upon by Saturn, and even the 12th house of foreign lands. Okay, the foreign lands and foreign land visits and visas are very likely to be approved, as Saturn is your 11th lord coming to the 12th house. So there is always a gain of 11th house which is coming to the 12th house, which is 12th house is a house of loss, but for the 11th lord it is the gain. So Bhava Bhavam effect will make you to get the visas to get into the distant countries which you are looking for if you are a student. Okay, so overall thing is that your Sadhe Sathi is going to start very soon, and Saturn is going to give you the glimpse of it. So he's going to put you into a lot of pressure. So you must handle this pressure. Only way is you must start praying for Saturn on Saturdays and minimize the pressure. Okay, so lighting up the gingerly oil and the Saturn temple. I have made a separate video for 7.5 years period of Saturn, or El Rai Shani as it is commonly known, or it is in Hindi, it is also known as Sadhe Sathi of Saturn. So it's going to start for you guys. So look into the procedures that are given in that video and start doing that right now, even much before. Don't wait for the January 2023. It is better to start as much early as possible, so that if you are an older person, you may have health issues and things like that. If you are a man watching this video who is 60 plus and you are a Meena Rashi or Meena Lagna person, you better start praying for Saturn for every Saturday now itself. All right, so that's all I have for today, and thank you very much. We have come to the end of this video, and if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. I will be very, very glad to answer your questions. Thank you very much. Bye bye.